Good morning, guys. It's Nick at Optima PS. Thank you very much for coming back to my channel to hear what I have to say. It really is very much appreciated. As I've probably mentioned before, if you do like what I have to say, please do like and subscribe to the channel. It works wonders with YouTube's algorithms. It really does help promote the channel. And even better, if you like what I have to say, by all means, share me on social media. That would be great. But where we stand today, I wanted to come to a concept today that is a very, very commonly known concept. It's not necessarily 100% understood by everyone, but it's a very common concept when it comes to the traditional financial investment world. It's being onboarded with the crypto world as well because it just makes sense. And I found a tool today that I thought was really cool. And so I thought it would really help emphasize just how good this concept is, how useful it can be, whether you're a billionaire or whether you're someone, investing his last 10 bucks a week. This concept really does help. We've touched on it before, and you may guess from the thumbnail. In fact, you definitely will guess from the thumbnail because it's there in big letters. It's dollar cost averaging, and dollar cost averaging is something that has worked consistently well for a long, long time. And this tool really does emphasize just how well you could have done and perhaps haven't done from it. So it really does show you the value. So what I wanted to do today was jump in at the very, very basics. For some of you, I apologize. This will be kind of teaching you how to suck eggs, to use the phrase. It's very, very basic, but let's just get into the basic explanation anyway, so you can see where we're all coming from. So this is from Coinbase. What is Bitcoin dollar cost averaging? A beginner's guide. So this is particularly with regards to Bitcoin, but this concept works with any investments in the world. So what is Bitcoin dollar cost averaging? Dollar cost averaging Bitcoin in an automated manner has emerged as a popular way to stack sats among Bitcoiners. So dollar cost averaging Bitcoin has become an incredibly popular way to invest in the world's leading digital currency. What is Bitcoin dollar cost averaging? So dollar cost averaging Bitcoin, also called Bitcoin DCA, is an investment strategy where you buy a fixed amount of Bitcoin at regular intervals, no matter the price. You can set up a specific amount of money to invest periodically, such as weekly or monthly, and stick to this schedule over time. This means you reduce the impact of short-term market volatility, as the specified amount buys more Bitcoin when prices are low and less when prices are high, ultimately averaging out the price of the cost of the Bitcoin, hence the term cost averaging. And it's called dollar cost averaging, but of course that works with any currency you may be investing in. With me, it's pounds. With other people, it's euros. It could be South African rand. It could be any currency out there in the world. The result is a disciplined and low-stress investment approach by removing the need to make decisions based on short-term price movements, i.e. trying to time the market. You can alleviate emotional reactions to market movements while growing your Bitcoin investment over time. Now that part's really important. So I'm a great example of this. I have pretty much dollar cost averaged in. I haven't used a specific set amount every month, just because the way I work, the way I think, the way I get paid, I've got more money in certain months than others. I also am a bit more reactive to market prices as well. But the dollar cost averaging effect still takes place here because as the prices have been lower, I got more for my money. If the prices get higher, I get fewer for my money. And what that also means is that my average buy-in is still very low. So it doesn't bother me. I see these people all over social media when the price of, name a coin, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, XRP, whatever the coin might be, when it drops 5% in a day, panic, sheer and utter panic out there in the world. And it's because people have bought too much at a high price. Now, I perhaps have more of my chosen coins than a lot of people out there. I've been buying them for a long time. I've been averaging in. I got in some very low prices. But it doesn't bother me, So my monetary value will go up and down more when the price of a coin dips than some people out there, than somebody who began buying 2 weeks ago, for example. But the difference is I've bought at so many differing prices over the time, it doesn't bother me when it goes down from 5% for now because my average buy-in is an awful lot lower than the price is right now. So I always use XRP. People who are familiar with me know I'm an XRP guy. I don't even know what the price is today. It really doesn't bother me. I think it's about 52 cents or something like that. I really don't know. I haven't checked this morning. I just don't care, is the honest answer. I think it's about 52 cents, but it doesn't bother me because my average buy-in is lower than that. Even if my average buy-in were higher than that, it still wouldn't bother me because I know I'm in for the long term. I don't need to take any money out. I've done this in an affordable way, but that's a different conversation for a different day. But the fact is, we are still above my average price. So even though the price reduces down, that means my profit reduces, as opposed to, oh my God, I'm in the red, and if I don't get a good paycheck this month, I really need the money. Or what if somebody needs the hospital or the car breaks down, and all these different questions, they just don't matter to me. If I took out today, I know I'm taking out from an average profit, which means I'm not concerned about taking out. So going on back to the concept of dollar cost averaging, this is a really good sort of explanation diagram here. So dollar cost averaging, this one was actually done by another cryptocurrency website as well, Binance, to tell you the name. And the reason I'm using this via a Quora site is because for some reason Binance has been banned in the Philippines as of recent times. I don't hold anything on Binance, so it's not a huge problem to me, but they are following the US suit. And I think I'm going to find that my access to exchanges is going to become restricted as time goes by. Again, not a huge problem to me, really. I've got a lot of stuff with Caleb and Brown and things like this, so I don't necessarily need the local logins, but it's still a thing. Going back to this point, though, so this is a good explanation of dollar cost averaging. And what this explains is, let's assume that you've got a lump sum of $800. Today, when we're beginning buying, you can't see my cursor here, but we're here at the left side, lump sum investment, $800 at $10. So day one, if you had $800 to invest, you would buy it in at $10 and you'd get 80 coins, right? Whatever the coin might be. We're just going to call this coins for now. Then as time goes by, the price goes up to $20. Wonderful, you've doubled your money, but then it goes down to $7. Oh my God, now I'm in a negative stage. Oh, it's back up at 15. I'm in positive territory again. Wonderful. Then it goes down to $5. Oh my God, low, low, low. Eventually gets back to $10. I don't know what the time horizon is here. It doesn't matter. Let's imagine it's monthly. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 months down the line. Oh, thank God, I'm finally back to zero return. I've got $800 back because it went down and now it's up again. That's the traditional way. And that's what a lot of people do with crypto. They go, I've got $2,000. Maybe it's my annual bonus. Maybe my grandpa gave me some money, whatever the reason might be, and you throw it in. There are times when that makes sense. We're about to go into a bull run, so I'd probably be putting a few lumps in now. But we're also going to hit the peak of this bull run. We're going to see the world come tumbling down again, and we're going to move into negative territory from the highs for absolutely certain. I couldn't tell you how high it go. I couldn't tell you when the top will be. I couldn't tell you how long we'll be then down in the doldrums where we're below that top price. But if you chose the very, very top of the market, and we never know when that is, as the day to throw in your one and only lump sum of $10,000, for example, in this case $800, then you're waiting until the markets recover, normally a 4-year cycle, to get back to that top. Not a nice position to be in. And that's where a lot of the people you see, upset, being flooded out of the markets on social media, it's because they bought too high with too much money day one. So going back to the opposite way, if you'd done this in a more sensible way using dollar cost averaging, so every month you would put in $100 of your $800 for the 8 months. So day one, you'd get 10 units. Oh, it's gone up to $20. You'd only get 5 units. Is that right? Yeah. Yeah, down to $7, you'd get somewhere more than 10 units, probably 12 or 13 units. Going up again to $15, you'd only get, what would that be, give or take, 7.5. Oh, down at $5, you'd get 20 units. $6, you get about 18 units. $6.50. I don't know why that's further down than this one, but the example is an example. It doesn't have to be perfectly accurate. And eventually you get back to $10. And what this is saying is that this guy, when it's returned back to $10 at the top, has made zero. He's just got his $800 back. And hopefully it now goes on and upwards and he makes a profit. But the guy that dollar cost averaged in, because of the price differentials, even though sometimes he's bought higher than $10, he's made a 20% return on his investments. Because all the way below that white line, he's been getting more units per month than he bought up here. So by the time we get back to break-even point of $10, he bought far more units for less than $10 than he did for more than $10. And so he's made a 20% profit despite the market actually falling and only getting back to a break-even point. So hopefully that makes sense. Going back here to this example. So how does it work? These are just really simple bullet points, but set yourself a budget. How much can you afford? It doesn't matter what the number is. Yours might be $10. Somebody else might be $10,000 a month. We're all different. We all have different jobs, different incomes, different positions in life. I've got a wife and 2 kids. That's where most of my money goes. I put less in than I would have put in when I was 25 and single. That's just the way life works. You pick a budget that's right for you, that you know you can afford. Decide on the intervals. I would say the most logical way to do this, from doing my job the way I work, is pick your payday and do it a couple of days after or a couple of days before. And I know that sounds crazy, but what some people do is they go, on payday, I'm going to pay myself first. I'm going to invest in my crypto, 5% of my salary, 2% of my salary, 50% of my salary. Everyone's different. You choose the amount. You know what your outgoings are, where you are. But pick your day and say, I get paid on the last day of the month, so on the first of the next month, I'll put in $100. You know, find a good platform. So that's just wherever, whatever your main exchange is. My exchange that I use at the moment is not even a good one for cost efficiency. I'm very disappointed in it. But again, in the Philippines, options are a little bit reduced from what they used to be. So my Uphold account is no longer available for me to invest. I think they'll fix that, but right now they haven't done, so I need to fix that. So I'm using an older one, which is a bit more expensive, so I need to find myself a new platform as well. But find yourself a good platform, start stacking sats. So this is talking about Satoshis in particular. It doesn't matter what you buy, start stacking whatever you want to stack. It might be a sensible approach to pick your number. Let's imagine it's $100 and then split it 10 ways, or maybe pick, 2 that you really like for 60% with 30% in each, so $30 in each, and then 4 that you're having a bit more of a gamble on, perhaps meme coins that you're going to throw $10 a month each. Whatever you think is right, you pick your portfolio. This is just a little bit more information. Why is it a good strategy? Absolutely anyone can do it. You can do it with $10 a month, $5 a month. You can do it with $1 a month if you wanted to. You can also do it with $100,000 a month. It works the same way. You just get more or fewer units of whatever your chosen coin is, depending on how much you go in with. No need to attempt to time the market. It doesn't matter what the markets do. If you're buying every single month, okay, there might be some highs and lows at different days that you didn't buy on, but spread over a 15-year period, you will not care if you got the perfect day in May 2024, or if you just got a day in May 2024, because they're all going to be really, really profitable compared to where you are 15 years from now. So you don't have to attempt to time the markets. Stay cool emotionally. That's what I was saying before, right? So it doesn't bother me when prices go up or down. My first price when I bought Bitcoin was pennies, to be perfectly honest, less than $1. I did sell them. I didn't keep them forever. I wasn't my conviction wasn't as strong in them days. I more than trebled my money, and my rule is always to sell when I treble my money. I perhaps didn't understand the market quite as well that then. This is going back to 2012, I think it would have been. But I made almost 10x and I sold. And I was pleased with the sale, and that money went a long way to achieve other things for me. Then I bought back in again at about $300, and I've carried on buying bits here and there. I don't have a whole Bitcoin. I've moved into other things over the years. I have, I think, about a third of a Bitcoin or something like that, but not huge amounts of money in Bitcoin. But in fact, not even a third, 0.03 of a Bitcoin. Yeah, it's a couple of $1,000s worth. I don't buy Bitcoin. It's not what I'm overly bothered about. But again, it doesn't bother me where the price of Bitcoin goes up or down now, because my buying price was so much lower. It just reduces or enhances my profits over what I did buy that small bit of Bitcoin on. So stay cool emotionally. Start small, dream big. I've said to a few people who've asked me about getting into the markets now, so look, this bull run's not for you. Get in with as much as you can that you can comfortably afford, because it's a great time to buy. You'll get far more for your money now than you will in 3 years' time. But you're probably aiming at making real profits at the end of the next bull run, or maybe even the one after, depending on your budget. So start small, dream big. It allows you to build your investment over time without feeling that pinch, without feeling, oh my God, checking prices every day and worrying about it. So hopefully that all makes sense. Now, I'm going to move on to the tool, because I'm conscious we're moving on into the 15-minute mark. I try to keep my videos about 15 minutes if I can. So I've got XRP on here. This is a really cool tool. It's from Uphold. It's on the Uphold website. I'm not logged into my account because at the moment they won't let me buy and sell things. But I've got XRP here. So what this basically lets you do is it lets you choose an amount of money. Oh, I've gone back off it, sorry. So try the dollar cost averaging now. That shows you how to do it. I didn't intend to show you like that, but it has done. So, okay, this has started with Ethereum. They're all the same. So Ethereum, $100 a month. That's about right for a monthly budget, right? Beginning in, let's go back to a little bit earlier. Let's let you go back to 2015 in July. So beginning in July 2015, if you put $100 in per month, you'd have invested $7,900. So 79 months, right? $7,900. $1.9 million would be your return for $100 a month. That's crazy. Now, are those days likely to come again? I don't know. Probably not with Ethereum, where it's too big now. It's got too big. But with other coins, with other things, perhaps. Let's take a look at a few different measurements, though. Let's go $10. For $10, you've only paid in 790 bucks. I think everyone could probably afford $10 a month, right? $196,000. Let's go a different way. Let's use XRP because that's my coin of choice. $10 from the start, okay, from July 15. Actually, yeah, so $790 in 21,000. So I'd have been far better buying Ethereum than I have been buying XRP. As I think most of you are aware, I don't buy Ethereum. I think I've got far less than one Ethereum. I don't know how much I've got. I've probably $50, $500 worth at the most. I don't really know. I've not checked in years. It's on one of my old exchanges, in fact. But whatever it is, the point is here, I haven't only been putting $10 a month in. Let's go to $50. Most people could afford $50 a month without missing the money. I spend more than that when I go to the pub on a Friday night to watch footy. So $3,950 would have been my investment and $106,000. Now, bearing in mind XRP holders are massively, massively complaining about the price action because of the lawsuit, if you like, because of various reasons, but because people are upset that they haven't made nearly as much as they would want to, you'd still turn $3,950 into $100,000. Now, where I live, that's an apartment. Now, I do live in a cheap location, so perhaps it's not where you live, but $3,950 or $50 a month, if I didn't go to the bar every Friday, I'd have that money. If I didn't play golf once every couple of weeks, I'd have way more money. So it just puts things in perspective for you. Now, my average time holding XRP is less than that, so I haven't been buying XRP from the very start. I began around 2018. Let's go for January. It wasn't January, but let's go for January. $50 a month. Yeah, so again, it's a shorter period of time now, so you put less in, you're going to get less back. Again, it's been a much worse period for XRP over that same time. So $50 a month, which I would not have missed, I would have spent it on beer or something else, will give me $5,000 now. Still double my money, like 94%. That's still a good return. It's not nearly as good as we're talking about in the crypto world because of the way it's up. I mean, I put much more than $50 a month in, but let's switch the currency to a different one. Let's go with, you can pick one from anywhere, right? It doesn't really matter. Let's go with ApeCoin. I don't know ApeCoin. No idea over it. Probably won't let me do it over that time horizon. It might do. Yeah, there you go. So, I don't know, it won't let me do. So, that was a bad choice. Let's pick a different one. Let's go for Algorand. So, Algorand notoriously down right now. So, had we began buying Algorand going back to 2018? Okay, 2019, beginning in May when it launched. $50 a month in a coin that's notoriously low right now. $1,750. Again, nearly doubles your money. Probably not the best example in the world. Let's go with Bitcoin. $50 a month into Bitcoin from 2018 in January. 50 bucks in that you wouldn't have missed, $11,000. We're not even near the top yet. This is we're looking at a position where, realistically speaking, I expect Bitcoin to hit $100,000 this cycle. I might be wrong, but I do. Let's imagine you put more than 50 bucks a month in. 200 bucks. That might be a realistic figure for a lot of people. $44,000 since 2018. And remember, you've never risked more than 200 bucks a month of your spending money. Money that you probably would use to buy a new pair of jeans and a pair of trainers. Money that you might have used to fill up your car and go for a big drive to see an old college buddy or something like that. This is money we don't miss. 200 bucks a year. If I do a savings plan for people towards retirement, I normally start at about $500 to $1,000, depending on the person. If someone comes to me with less than $500, I normally say, I'm really sorry, I can't help. It's just the way the world works. It's a small amount of money, $200. And I'm not saying everyone finds it easy to invest $200, but from the tiny acorn, the mighty oak tree grows, right? So again, let's imagine there's an average of $400 a month. $90,000. 401, I typed some out. But this is the point. It's a really cool tool. What you can do is you can come and find this. It's just on Uphold's main website. If you type into Google Uphold dollar cost averaging calculator, this will bring you straight to the page. You can type in your amount, what you think. Now, I can't promise you what the world will do moving forwards. It's impossible to say. But if we assume it's going to be probably a similar level return, perhaps with a reduced levels of growth. Bitcoin, we're not going to be able to buy Bitcoin for as low as we did again, but we can imagine it will continue going up and up and up. It gives you a great idea as to what you can achieve, or at least to how the structure of the system works to get you where you need to be. It's something I've really, really enjoyed using. It's a nice little tool. I only found it a couple of days ago, but it's something that, really does make you see how this strategy works. SHIB is one of the most famous coins for when it comes to how the performance went. Obviously, it went through the roof when Vitalik burned all those coins. Let's just go with $100 a month into SHIB, and let's pick the very start. It would have been 2021 in June. So $100 means you put $1,000 in, and you got $1,634 back. So if you think how quickly that went from nothing to absolutely bonkers, the reason it's not worked with SHIB is because you didn't buy all your money in day one. So it's not a foolproof system. It might have made sense to buy some coins with a whole lump of change day one. It did in this case. So I wanted to show you the negative side as well as the positive, but you still made money. No two ways about it. You still made some money. It's not been a bad investment. It could have been a better investment. We could have all bought Microsoft with every last penny. Sold our houses, bought Microsoft in 1970. Say we could have all done. I couldn't have done. I wasn't alive then. I imagine most of you weren't either. But to use the example, let's say Tesla. We could have all bought Tesla. But people don't do that. You don't sell your house and lump in. So this is a nice, easy, managed way of saving as much money as you can possibly save without missing it, without feeling the pinch, without ever needing to sell to get you where you need to be. So hopefully that makes sense. Listen, guys, that's all I've got to say today. It's 23 minutes in, so I don't like to go on for so long. Moving back, we're just about to take a look. The world still moves on. The prices are down, but the world still moves on. These are all the transactions of XRP at the moment. I still talk about XRP more commonly than anything else. That's it for me, guys. If you like what I have to say today, please do like and subscribe to the channel. I'm going to put a link to that website in the bottom as well, so you can use that calculator yourselves. It's a really useful tool, and it shows you just how far you can get moving forwards with only a small commitment. So I hope that helps. Guys, it's been a pleasure. Speak again soon. All the best.